Terence Bud Crawford gets at Danny Swift Garcia, and he's not playing. Stay tuned. Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We work. And now Terence Bud Crawford, he's high off the win over Jeff Horn. He's a new champion at welterweight, just moved up, and he's clowning Danny Garcia. I don't know what provoked this. I'm assuming since Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter is coming up, maybe Danny Garcia did a recent interview. I don't remember him saying anything about Terence Crawford, but I've been on the move. I covered Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter, came home for a day, went to New York to cover the PBC card in New York, so I might have missed something. If you guys know, leave a comment in the description to let me know what provoked this. However, I don't really need to know. I just need to know what was said, and Terence Crawford, for some reason, starts clowning and getting at Danny Garcia, and this is what he said on his verified account. Yo, Danny Garcia, and he tagged his handle. Look, you didn't do what I did at 140 pounds. I was undisputed, something you was never. I fought the guy you was scared to fight, came up to welterweight in my first fight, and I fought a champion. I didn't need no tune-up fight or get handed a belt, right? And just to break this down and unpack that, in my opinion, he's talking about Victor Postal. If you guys remember, when Danny Garcia was at 140, Victor Postal was Danny Garcia's mandatory, and Garcia had issues with Mauricio Herrera, good jab, good boxer. Postal was that, plus he was tall. So a lot of people think that Danny Garcia wasn't really, him or his team or whatever, weren't really looking to fight Victor Postal because it would have been high risk, low reward. It could be another Mauricio Herrera style fight with a tall fighter, because Victor Postal at the time, before Terence Crawford beat him, he was looking dangerous. He had beat Selçuk Aydin, who gave Robert Guerrero a tough fight when Guerrero moved up to welterweight, and I think he beat or knocked out Jesus Soto Kara, stuff like that, and then he beat Lucas Matisse at a point in time by stoppage, the only man to stop Lucas Matisse up until the Pacquiao fight, right? And a lot of people think that Danny Garcia didn't want that style of fight, so he pursued other options. Then Terence Crawford goes on to say, I can go on and on about your resume, as well talking about who I beat. Only person I give you credit for is Amir Khan. And he tagged him. And that's it. All the others, you get no points for none of them. So that's coming from Terence Crawford. Maybe a bit harsh. Well, at least to my knowledge, in my opinion. I think Danny Garcia has solid names on his resume. Lamont Peterson, some people thought he might have lost that fight, but that was a good fight. But I think Lucas Matisse, you got to give him credit for that. Lucas Matisse was destroying dudes at the 140-pound weight division, and people said that Danny Garcia was supposed to get knocked out by the machine, Lucas Matisse. So I personally give him credit, but Terence Crawford obviously feels otherwise. He feels like the gloves are off. I don't know what really sparked this, but the interesting thing is they're at the same division now. And Terence Crawford is a dog. From what he showed, he doesn't really run away from challenges, so it's a future fight that could happen. They both fought each other and beat each other, if I'm not mistaken, in the amateurs. Terence Crawford has one win over Danny Garcia in the amateurs, and I believe Danny Garcia has one win over Terence Crawford in the amateurs. So that'd be a hell of a pro fight, I would like to see, and it seems kind of realistic, because they're both in the same division. The only hurdle they would have to get past is Bob Arum. Terence Crawford, he's like Sugar Ray, he's like Leonard, and Bob Arum and Top Rank getting together with Al Heyman to make a mega fight like that. But the first order of business, Danny Garcia already has a scheduled tough fight with Showtime Sean Porter. Shout out to the Porters. I know them well, and I know Porter, they're going to train hard. So he has to first get past that. But not looking too far ahead, if he is able to beat Sean Porter, this could be something. You know, we just have to get the guys in the suits to want to fight. But Danny Garcia, he has a good resume. I think he actually has one of the best resumes under 30. And Terence Crawford's getting at him. Terence Crawford doesn't look like he's ducking any phase. Like he said, I moved up, no tune-ups. Danny Garcia, I mean, he did move up and fight Paulie Malignaggi after Broner had beat him. And, you know, Paulie had several losses, actually. You know, Amir Khan, stuff like that, had been stopped by Ricky Hatton by the time that Danny Garcia got a hold of him. And Terence Crawford was like, yo, I was undisputed. You were a lineal champion, but you wasn't undisputed like me at 140. I was the first guy to be undisputed since Jermaine Taylor's and since B-Hop and guys like that. So you didn't do what I did at 140. And on top of that, I move up, no tune-ups or nothing. And I'm already after a title shot, and I'm already a champion. You know, I didn't get handed a belt from the WBC, is what he's saying. I didn't duck Victor Postol. And I went to the Crawford-Postol fight, and Terence Crawford chewed Postol up. And in my opinion, it's just like the Dre Ward effect. Dre Ward and Terence Crawford, sometimes they fight guys and they don't look the same after, you know? They just look like a mess after the fight. And Victor Postol, and I don't think he took a long layoff after the Terence Crawford fight. And I just seen him, he just fought recently. And I think for the World Boxing Super Series or against Taylor, whatever, he don't look like the same guy. You know what I mean? That he was the one that beat Lucas Matisse. Andre Ward has that effect too against guys like Kovalev, Chad Dawson. Danny Garcia's done it too, because Lucas Matisse didn't really look the same after he scrapped with Danny Garcia. It's like they chip away at your confidence. But nonetheless, this could be the start of a good feud in the welterweight division. I want to see what Danny Garcia says in response, but obviously he can't focus too much on Terence Crawford because he has to worry about Sean Porter, and that's coming up September 8th. If you guys want me to cover that fight in New York, let me know in the comment section. Who do you think would win? A rematch from the amateurs, Terence Bud Crawford versus Danny Swift Garcia. Drop all that in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.